Good morning. Let us start the journey again. Now, the situation is very peaceful. Dasharatha's greatest desire was that he should get a child. And Rama is born, Lakshmana, Shatrughan, and then Bharatan. They are all very happy, and Dasharathan enjoys his life. It is at this time that a twist happens in Ramayana. Ramayana is full of twists. In each corner you will find a twist coming, just like in our modern films. There, one person arrives in Ayodhya. He is Vishwamitra. And Vishwamitra is a very famous rishi. Very important also. Everyone respects him. Sometimes the kings are afraid of him because he has such a spiritual power. He is a saint who gave Gayatri Mantra to the world. Then you can estimate what type of person he is. Such a spiritual giant he is. And he comes to the palace and requests Dasharatha to send Raman and Lakshmanan with him. For what? They have only boys. But he wants them. His intention is to fight with some demons who are coming and attacking his yaga. That is, yaga means a big prayer, a giant prayer we can say, in which a lot of people participate. And he is doing it for his people, those people who died and gone. They are called Pitra. That means a person in your family who is dead and gone is called a Pitra. And a sannyasi has to do yaga, such yajna of Pitra yajna, for 5 generations. That is 5 generations in the father's way and 5 generations in the mother's way. But for a common man, it's not necessary. He can do it for people in 3 generations. So Vishwamitra is doing or conducting a yaga for his forefathers, for his ancestors. These yagas help them to enter into heaven. That's the belief. But when he does these yagas, some demons come and destroy the whole yagashala. And that's a big problem for Vishwamitra. So he wants the help of these 2 boys. And Dasharathan was in a fix. How can he send these 2 young boys to fight with the demons? So the demons should be very powerful, isn't it? Otherwise, how it comes? The demons should be very powerful. They dare to attack Vishwamitra. Then how can these 2 young boys go and fight with the demons? That's something that totally confused Dasharathan, and Dasharathan was in agony. What can he do? Can he send the boys with the saint? Or if he refuses, and that will be a big problem. Then he requests Vasishta to give him an answer. Vasishta tells Dasharatha that they should be sent. That is very essential. He also tells Vishwamitra that Rama is the avatar of Mahavishnu. And in Mithilapuri, there's a girl, Sita. That is the incarnation of Mahalakshmi. And these 2 persons should unite in this earthly life. And Vishwamitra has come for that. That's a secret plan of the Lord. So you have to do it. Thus, Dasharathan is relieved to an extent, and he sends Rama and Lakshmana with Vishwamitra. And Vishwamitra takes them to the forest. That's the first time Rama goes to the forest. Now let's analyze what is the symbolic meaning of all these things. Vishwamitra, from the word itself, you can understand what it is. Vishwa means the world and Mitra means a friend. You have to be friendly with the world. Usually people are friendly with themselves. They are friendly with their families, their friends, their colleagues and all that. But that's not enough. For a spiritualist, the world should be his family. Vasudhaiva Kudumbagam. The whole world is a family. We also often hear this, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavandu. Your prayer should be for the well-being of all the people in the world. Not only men, but animals, and birds, and trees, and plants. Everything. The prayer should go for a harmonious existence between all the animals, plants, and everything in this nature. That is Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavandu. So the sadhakan should develop this attitude. He is not praying for himself. He is not praying for his family. He is not doing the sadhana for him. He is doing the sadhana for the whole world. All the greatest saints of India considered serving the world as a very important part of their life mission. Swami Vivekananda said, I will not rest till even the last dog of this world gets food. That's the attitude. If you don't serve any person, if you are sitting just in a cave and meditating or living in a house and doing nothing to help the world, then you are in the wrong path of spirituality. See, the Dasharathans, you know what it is. You have to control the 5 chariots of Jnana, Indriya, and 5 chariots of Karma Indriya. Then Vasishta tells you all the rules and regulations and all that nishtas and all that, the do's and don'ts of spiritual life. And Kaikeyi is administrative power, and Bharadan, the son, and then Kausalya, the special intelligence, and Rama, the spiritual knowledge, and Sumitra. Sumitra itself means a good friend of everyone, isn't it? That's a very important quality that you have to achieve in spiritual life. And they have, she has 2 sons. There is one Lakshmana, Lakshabodha, and Shatrugna. A state in which you don't hate any person. You don't have a competitor. Well, but that's not enough. You have to serve the world. If you don't serve the world, then you are not going to progress in spirituality. Every night, before you take sleep, before you fall into sleep, just ask yourself, did I do anything good for the people? Did I do anything good for any person? Did I help any person? And if your mind says, no, today you didn't help any person or a thing, then just take a mug of water or a cup of water and give it to a plant at least. You cannot sleep without doing some service to the people. That's the base of spirituality. Vyasa says, Paropakarame punyam, papame parapirnam. Paropakarame, you have to do service to the people. Bhagavad Gita says that clearly, that if you are preparing food for yourself only, then that food is poison. It's a big sin. Always share your things. Always share. So, that's an important teaching in spirituality. That's why Vishwamitran comes, the friend of the whole world. The attitude of the spiritualist should not be a very narrow attitude. He thinks only of his religion. He thinks only of his caste or his ashram, his type of Vedanta or yoga school, whatever that is. See, when we progress in spirituality, all these things will come and identify with you. That I am a sannyasi, I belong to this school of philosophy. Other schools are very immaterial things. They are impertinent things actually. They don't matter at all. And my religion is the greatest. There is no other religion greater than mine. And my guru is the greatest guru. And my God is the greatest God. Like that we go on identifying, which makes our life very, very narrow. And narrow line is not the way that leads to God. The way to God is always a highway. You have to be very broad-minded in becoming a spiritualist. So, the sadhaka should learn to open his heart. He should be kind to people. He should be kind to the poor, the needy, the illiterate, the people who didn't get that. He should be kind to the people who were not that lucky as yourself. There are a lot of people, very, very unfortunate people in the world, isn't it? My guru used to say, if you have one dress and 2 times food and a place to sleep, safe, then you should not pray to God. That's what he said. Don't pray to God if you have all these things, because millions and millions of people in the world, for them it is a dream to have a dress, a good dress, food every day, drinking water every day, and a place to sleep safely. And so, if you have all these things, don't even pray for anything, because there are so many millions of people who are denied all these things. So, roti, kapda or makan, isn't it? That is denied to millions and millions of people. So, the sadhaka should get ready now to open his windows, to open his doors, and see the world as one. That's what Vishwamitra comes and he teaches Rama. And Dasharatha is afraid, because you see, if you travel into the world, or if you go to help people and all that, if you indulge in materialist things, naturally your vairagya will go down, isn't it? When you indulge in all these material things, your spiritual nature will get contaminated. So that's why he is afraid. But Vasishtha says, let him follow all the rules of life. I have taught him so many do's and don'ts of spiritual life, and Rama will follow those rules. Then you need not be afraid. So, for a spiritualist, it is very important that you keep the nishtas and at the same time work for the world. We will continue in the next episode.